My roommate secretly used my resume to land a $120,000 remote tech job, so I changed the passwords on his first day. I, 23 male, graduated last year with a degree in cybersecurity and software engineering. I spent my entire college career grinding, doing unpaid internships, building an extensive portfolio of custom automation tools on GitHub, and earning high-level cloud security certifications. My hard work paid off, and I currently work remotely as a systems security engineer for a major logistics firm, earning a very comfortable salary. Because I work from home, my workstation is a highly optimized setup with multiple monitors, a secure local server, and strict network protocols. My roommate, Marcus, 23 male, was my college classmate who barely squeaked by. Marcus spent his university years partying, copy-pasting code from Stack Overflow, and doing the absolute bare minimum to pass group projects. After graduation, while I landed a job immediately, Marcus spent 9 months playing video games on our couch, whining about how the entry-level tech market was impossible to break into. Because he was struggling with rent, I was nice enough to let him slide for a couple of months. I even offered to look over his resume. He declined, claiming he was handling it. The truth came out last week. I was cleaning up our shared living room when I noticed Marcus's laptop was open on the kitchen counter, logged into a popular corporate onboarding portal. Curious, I glanced at the tab. My jaw hit the floor. The portal was displaying a formal employment contract for a remote DevOps engineer position at a prominent fintech startup, boasting a starting salary of $120,000. I looked closer at the profile section. The name on the account was Marcus's, but the attached resume was completely mine. Marcus had literally downloaded my master resume from our shared apartment network drive, changed the name and contact information at the top to his own, and used it to apply for high-level engineering roles. He didn't just steal my layout, he stole my actual life. He claimed my exact university GPA, my specific capstone projects, my cloud security credentials, and, worst of all, he listed my current employer as his own, inventing a fake title to make it look like he had 2 years of elite enterprise experience. Because the job was fully remote, Marcus's entire plan relied on a massive, fraudulent gamble. He was going to accept the $120,000 role, use my old college study guides to fake his way through the daily stand-up meetings, and actively copy my daily work or beg me for help whenever he got stuck. He figured that once he was in the door, he could just piggyback off my brain to collect a six-figure paycheck. He knew how desperate he was for money, and he knew I was a helpful guy. He just didn't care that he was committing corporate fraud, using my reputation as collateral. I didn't confront him right away. If I exploded then, he would just patch up his lies, delete the evidence from his laptop, and try to hide his tracks before the official start date. I needed his absolute vulnerability. I needed to wait for his first official day of work. That day was today. Marcus woke up early, put on a collared shirt, and set up his laptop at the dining room table, looking incredibly smug. I sat on the couch with my own laptop, pretending to log into my usual morning shift. Around 8:30 a.m., Marcus received his official corporate welcome email containing his provisional network credentials, his company's Slack access, and the master administrator login for the development database he was supposed to be managing. He logged in, sent a cheerful "Hello team" message in the company's Slack, and then walked into the kitchen to brew a celebratory cup of coffee, leaving his unlocked laptop completely unattended. The moment he stepped into the kitchen, I went to work. Because Marcus had used my exact GitHub repositories and project portfolios to pass his technical screening, he had cloned my personal security script library onto his local machine to use as a crutch. I had built a remote access protocol into my personal repository months ago just to manage my own devices. Within 30 seconds, I executed a remote terminal command from my laptop, bridging into his active corporate session. I didn't just log him out. I went into his company profile and changed the master security authentication passwords for his entire network profile. I updated the recovery phone number to my own, attached a 25-character randomized alphanumeric password to his primary database access, and locked out his corporate email account. Marcus walked back into the living room, holding his coffee mug, and sat down at his laptop. He went to click on the development database to start his first onboarding task. A massive red screen popped up. Access denied. Invalid credentials. Account locked due to security protocol violation. Marcus blinked, confused. He tried to refresh the page. He typed in his provisional password again. Locked. He tried to open his corporate email to request a password reset. Access denied. He tried to open Slack to message his manager. The app immediately kicked him out, demanding a secondary two-factor authentication code that was currently being routed directly to my hidden burner phone app. Within 5 minutes, Marcus went from a smug, self-proclaimed $120,000 engineer to a sweating, panicked mess. He started aggressively slamming his keyboard, muttering curses under his breath. Everything good over there, man? I asked casually from the couch, not looking up from my screen. No, dude. The company network is completely glitching out. Marcus panicked, his voice cracking. My admin access is totally bricked. I can't even get into the Slack channel. If I don't log into the morning sync in 10 minutes, I'm going to look like an idiot on my first day. I slowly closed my laptop, stood up, and walked over to the dining table. I pulled up my phone, opened the screenshot of his fake resume, and laid it face up next to his coffee mug. The network isn't glitching, Marcus, I said, my voice completely cold. I changed the passwords. Marcus stared at the phone screen, then looked up at me, his eyes turning wide with absolute terror. What? What are you talking about? I saw the onboarding portal last week, I told him, leaning over the table. You stole my resume. You stole my certifications. You lied about working at my company. And you used my hard work to land a senior engineering role you don't even know how to compile code for. You thought you were going to sit in this apartment, use my scripts, and steal $120,000 on my back. Marcus immediately scrambled for excuses, his face turning bright red. Bro, come on. It's a corporate tech giant. They have unlimited money. I was drowning in rent debt. I was going to give you a cut of the paycheck every month as consulting fees once I got settled. I just needed a break, man. Please, just give me the password back. My manager's calling my cell phone right now. His phone was indeed vibrating on the table with an incoming call from the fintech company's HR department. I'm not giving you anything, I said. I picked up his phone, slid the bar to answer the call, and put it on speakerphone before Marcus could grab it. Hello, this is Marcus, I said into the microphone, using my authority voice. Hi, Marcus. This is Sarah from HR. A woman's voice came through the speaker. We noticed your account triggered a major security flag for unauthorized credential modification and an IP mismatch during onboarding. Is everything all right with your setup? Actually, Sarah, there's been a massive security oversight, I replied smoothly, staring directly into Marcus's terrified eyes. The person you hired is Marcus, but the resume, the GitHub repositories, and the employment history belong entirely to me, his roommate. He forged the entire profile. I am a certified security engineer, and I am formally notifying your IT compliance department that your system has been accessed fraudulently. The silence on the other end of the line lasted for 3 full seconds. Oh my God, Sarah whispered. Thank you for informing us. We are terminating the credentials and pulling the contract immediately. Our legal compliance team will be in touch. The line went dead. Marcus slumped back into his chair, his head in his hands, completely defeated. His $120,000 dream job had lasted exactly 21 minutes. You have until the end of the week to pack your things and find a new place to live, I told him, walking back to my desk. And if I find out you use my name or my portfolio on another application, I won't just call HR. I will file a formal police report for identity theft. Marcus didn't argue. He spent the rest of the day packing his clothes into cardboard boxes in absolute silence. He knew he had zero leverage, zero defensive arguments, and his entire professional reputation in our local tech community was completely turned to ash before it even started. He thought he could shortcut the grind by stealing my life, but he learned the hard way that when you try to hack a security engineer, you get locked out completely.